Hello everybody, it's Chibi. Today is going to be an anime movie review on a movie I just discovered about a week ago, Redline. Now, this movie, if you've never heard of Redline, then I guess I'm about to let you know what it's about. If you have ever watched the old cartoon in the old days of Cartoon Network in America, Wacky Racers, then you probably know what this movie's going to be about. This movie is pretty much based on racing, but not just any racing, out of this world, outer space racing that just has so much craziness going on that it is just unbelievable. Some moments in this movie have monsters battling it out, shooting fucking biological weapons while you see people racing. That's the type of movie I'm about to describe to all of you, Redline. Now, here's the point I'm going to get at. I have seen hundreds of different anime, different movies, all sorts of stuff. But by far, I have never seen animation to the quality of Redline. The level of animation, frames per second, the fluidness of the animation, I have no word to describe the animation. The only word I could possibly describe at all that goes to Redline's animation is it's by far the best animation I have ever seen, ever, in an anime. I have never seen anything top that animation. If you don't know what the animation looks like, I recommend go look at a clip or something, because just 1 minute, just get the series 1 minute, look at the animation alone will just make you interested in wanting to watch it, because everything in this movie is hand-drawn. It is not CGI'd. It's not done on the computer. It's actually hand-drawn. Every scene in this movie is hand-drawn, and it's a 2-hour movie. This movie, it doesn't have the best plot, I guess. It has a plot, has a story, but it's not the best plot I've ever seen. You'll definitely find a better plot. But this movie doesn't need plot. What this movie does is showcase animation and just the wackiness. This entire movie pretty much doesn't take itself too seriously. It's kind of like Kill la Kill. If you've ever watched Kill la Kill, you should know how crazy, wacky it is, over the top, and it doesn't take its story too seriously. That's kind of how Redline is. So really, at the end of the day, you can look past the plot. The main elements that you want to look at is just the downright insanity of this movie. I mean, you see just freaking, like I said, monsters fighting each other, and you see people racing, going sideways on fucking walls. You're seeing their engines explode, and you have this hand-drawn animation with just freaking flames popping out of the vehicle. I mean, everything looks phenomenal. It's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful animation that I can't describe it. If you have never seen anything of this series, just go look at a picture. Just a picture. It is unbelievable. It really is. Now, the characters. Let's talk about the characters, okay? Really, all the characters in this movie really technically don't matter. There is a couple that matter, just the main cast. But, I mean, there's nothing that really compels me to say that they're the best characters of all time. But they are interesting. They're not bland and boring that make you say, oh, I don't care about these characters. It's just they're not, up to par with some level of writing with characters I have seen. So, pretty much, I guess the characters are not the best. But that doesn't matter. But what I can get from the characters, though, from the slight plot we have and everything, is pretty much our main character, JP, wants to race. He wants to win the race called Redline. And so at the beginning of this movie, you see them racing in Yellow Line. This Yellow Line is, I guess, like the preliminaries before they can get into Redline. And so JP's about to win. He's racing his ass off right at the beginning of this movie. You're starting to see all the different competition introduced at the beginning of this episode. And it is phenomenal what they show in under 2 minutes. The first Yellow Line race. Just, my God. My God. Now, I watched this movie in dub, so I haven't seen the sub version, so I don't know exactly how good the overall sub is. But as I have watched the dub, and I'm a mainly only sub watcher, I only like watching the Japanese version of anime, I will tell you right now, this is by far a very good dub. One of the best dubs I have seen in quite a long time. And if you like Space Dandy, if you like the voice actor of Space Dandy, from Space Dandy, the main character, JP, is voiced by the same person. So I'm letting you all know that right now. So if you're interested in that voice actor, the English voice actor, you'll be proud to know that's the same voice actor. Very interesting. And oh yes, also, I feel like the main male character, JP, of this movie might be like the great freaking grandfather of Space Dandy, because, I mean, he has a pompadour just like Dandy and all that. It's just hilarious how similar these two characters are. But I will tell you, okay? the characters, the way they look and the way they showcase these characters with the animation, they just look so fucking beautiful. Like the females, okay? There is a little bit of fan service in this movie, especially some actual nudity. There is nudity. If you've ever watched Elven Lied, you probably know what kind of nudity I'm talking about. And so, if you're, I guess, very sensitive to nudity or nude scenes, which there's only technically one nude scene in this movie, and it only lasts for about probably less than a minute. But if you're sensitive to nude scenes, I do not recommend watching this. But besides that, there is no censors at all in this movie, at least in the dub version of what I've watched, because there was cussing, violence, blood, nudity, just everything you would see in a wacky race that's over the top on a planet that is trying to kill you. Yes, the planet is trying to kill these racers of the Red Line. For instance, the world's called Robo World. And Robo World, these people there, the government and stuff, do not want Redline to be there and race there because it, goes against their, borders and their policies and treaties and stuff, and they don't want, the biological weapons and stuff being found, and which, in turn, one of them do get found, and that's, the freaking monster fight we see in this movie. So, pretty much, they have an entire planet with the government trying to kill the racers at the same time they're racing. And the first half of the movie pretty much builds up the race, honestly, and that's fine. I love the build up and the tension of this movie. It just leaves you saying, oh my god, this fucking movie is insane. Now, at the end of this movie, I guess the movie ends where it should end. I mean, I wasn't expecting the best end overall for this type of movie. It was mainly just showcasing that the main male character, JP, wanted to win the Red Line. And he also got a lover at the end of the movie, Sonoshi. Now, I like Sonoshi. She's a good character. She doesn't get fleshed out like she should, and that's why I come into terms with how the characters are kind of weak and the plot is not the best. But as I have stated already in this review, the plot doesn't take itself too seriously. It doesn't. You can really tell by the entire writing of the series, but that does not matter. So, overall, I feel like this movie is by far one of the best movies I've seen in quite a long time, just in terms of spectacular beauty. The beauty alone of the movie will make you just stare at the screen and zone out all the audio, all the characters. I did that a couple times, about 3 times in this movie. I zoned out, and I wasn't hearing any audio at all. And the audio's playing, it was freaking all the way up. The animation will just suck you in, where you become a zombie. That is how beautiful the animation is. It literally makes you mesmerized by how great of quality it is. So everybody, hopefully you enjoyed my anime review of Redline. Now let me know in the comments below if you've watched this movie, how'd you feel about it? How'd you feel about this movie? And if you have yet to watch this movie, go watch it. I promise you right now, you'll probably never see an anime that has beautiful quality like this. I promise you that now. Nothing I've ever seen has came close to this. So let me know, honesty in the comments below. Let me know how you feel about this movie if you've already watched it. And if you haven't watched it, like I said, go fucking watch it. It's amazing. And oh yes, like I said, the dub is pretty good. So everybody, I love you all so much. Please be safe. Chibi out.